goes down even to the personality of the people in this field, that there are personality traits that, software engineers have, and there's different personality traits that like us weirdo, deeply creative people have. And I don't know. So I think the documentation in Decentraland is the perfect example of how do we take these really, really smart people and like break it down to these other smart people that are just slightly more like, I don't know, not squirrel brained.
Multidimensional. It's a different topology of dimensions,
Yeah, yeah.
which makes it
Because
harder to stay linearly organized. And so it's really a difference in capabilities, really.
that's why I think like KJ Walker, I got to throw out flowers to Kate, and low poly models like the videos that break down like at least Blender and things like that, because I think for a lot of people that are learning visually, that's just I think that's probably helped 99% of the people in this room kind of learn the basics and get in there, because KJ breaks it down in such a like attainable way. So thank you, KJ, for like sharing that. You didn't have to, you could have kept it all to yourself, but thank you for being so open with your talent.
I swear, like for a solid moment, like every room I would like the Centraland room I would enter, there would be like I would hear a builder talking about building, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, KJ's videos were great. They helped me a lot." you you know uh you're doing good whenever like feedback like that is so constant and you know uh always happening. I wonder when next KJ
Well, even
video.
I know. Well, even thinking about last year to this year with Mesh Fair, because last year they hired three of us, like Nikki Fuego, Odd Job, and myself, to help the artists that came in. And I mean, we were busy, like really, really busy. And this year, I think it was KJ and Bay that did all the work. And so, and going into like SDK 7. So I'm like, I know there was so much work behind the scenes. I didn't hear any of it. I didn't hear like, oh no, I can't get this to work. So I'm sure KJ was busy. And yeah, you must have helped them so much.
And welcome Prism. I see you down there in the listeners. I see our friend Jay out there. Big shout out to Jay. Argent. Good afternoon, Argent. Happy to have you here. And you see Canessa Fancy did pop in.
Fancy. We were being talked about, I think,
Rustan
allegedly.
and Fancy must have their ears must
Fancy. They're looking for Aaron Loop is looking for some people in the community up in the little crow's nest above. You can see what they're looking for. And so I was like, Fancy, get over here. I know, I know.
Or just like throwing Fancy out into the wolves here, like, oh, we heard they need you. Go talk to them.
Totally. But you might get a free NFT for it. So,
It
you know.
might be a waifu man. So I gotta I don't know if many of you saw, but like Aaron shared it with me. I don't know how he did it, but he got like a post. He got a like tweet posted by Drake Bell. Uh,
I
but go ahead.
I I think that has I believe it had something to do with the Waifuman token, which you can you can purchase on Solana, cuz which I did. I I support Aaron as much as I can. Um, he's a pretty cool guy. Met him early on. But I think it had something around. I think Drake is involved in it somehow. I want to say can't not 100% positive, but I believe it's around the Waifuman token that just came out.
that's wild. That's so wild that it would be Drake. I mean, I know there's like other stuff happening at the moment pertaining with Drake and stuff, but like I just found it like very funny how like now that all the Drake stuff is surfacing, it's like bam, by the way, have you heard of waifu token? And Kanessa, did you wanna pop out and pop back in?
Yeah, I'll do that real
Uh,
quick. I couldn't hear you, so I'll be right back.
oh, Twitter being Twitter on this Saturday.
So DCL troubles.
Yeah, right. It kind of shows you like, hey, just look at DCL, look what it is now, and then let's look at Twitter and look at what happens now.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty. It's something that's pretty important. Like there's issues sometimes in live events in Decentraland that are actually Web 2 issues, and people in there are like, oh, Web 3 is not working, blah 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 blah. But yeah, no, guys, no. Uh,
I felt like that when Fortnite was down, when they tried to, like, put in the new season, and it was, like, the longest it was down on history, and I didn't I was, like, gonna post, like, "See," but, like, I can't, like, promote my own platform by digging at another, like, that's not cool, so I was just like, "Nope, I'll just patiently wait," and but yeah, it's like it happens everywhere, so I don't know, but for some reason, maybe because it happens so much here, we just feel like it's amplified every little thing that goes wrong. We're like, "Ah," like, the
It's
gizmo.
a feature.
human condition. So
It's a
I guess I want to once again underline the Web3 is basically the mountain, the ore on which on top all of the Web2 is being restrung. Basically, we're using Web2, we're building it, Web2 solutions again on top of this Web3 land. Basically, it's a wild west. And that's really what's going on. That's really like the picture that I think has been forgotten, needs to be reminded to people. And so, yeah, the Web 2 infrastructure started to become in disrepair, and is needing people to realize, hey, it's not Web 3 that needs fixing, it's Web 2.
Yep. I'm sure like when it comes to like server stuff and streaming, like all that's already Web 2 technology. You has point. There isn't like a Web 3 streaming service, or I don't even know if that's even the
Oh,
proper term for it.
that would cost so much gas.
That would cost so much gas. Oh my god, I can. Oh, you just reminded me. Like, what if like you're just like trying to use the damn thing, and then like a little pop up comes, and it's like, oh yeah, the gas fee pop up every time you like go live. Oh lordy. Hey Arjun, good afternoon. I see that you popped up today. How are you? Can anyone hear Argent?
no.
Oh,
No. I thought it was
Okay.
me. I was like, "Okay, it's just me again."
I was about to receive a message. I don't hear Argent. Maybe Argent will fix Mike here shortly once she figures out that she is not being heard. And hey, I see some friends over here in the CBD plot. Fancy's looking elegant. Came dressed for the occasion. Uh,
Is it the Madonna outfit?
like a black dress with
The halo or the pic?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I see the Halo thing as like a Doki Pass thing. Fancy's flexing right now. That's what
Uh,
Fancy is doing.
I'm so upset with Doki. She doesn't want to start trafficking organs because I offered a perfectly good kidney for that myth that pass, and she was like, "I am not an organ trafficker." I'm like, "Damn it!" So,
What?
oh my,
You can get like 20 or 30K for a kidney.
I know. So but apparently the illegal, illicit activity is not up. She doesn't want to go with that. But I'm like, I want. I went for the mythic Doki pass because I was like, well, I want that, so I got that first. But now I can't afford the other pass, and so yeah, the beautiful halo that Fancy has on. I'm like, why? Why? I'll find a way. I think I still have a day to get it. So I have a day to find like 25 mana.
Have you thought about like offering like various toes, like your big
uh,
toe, maybe?
I, I don't know. I guess I could just go do feet picks instead. Like maybe I should just instead use this opportunity to self reflect on my life choices. If this is
It,
really what it's come down to, like offering
it,
my
it,
organs.
yeah, yeah. If you won't accept individual organs, you'll just put the organs to work and produce feet pics.
Yes, yes. I am, gosh, so successful. Ah. Oh, I was gonna say something. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I don't know. Oh, but it's like Doki's work is gonna be it's gonna be so good. So it's like I can't not get the pass. I have to get it. So So yep, public service announcement. I think is it we have like one more day to buy it. And then after that you can't get this wearable. You'll just get the next one. But yay. Love Doki.
And how much did you say it is?
For this one it's like 130 mana.
And she's neither an eater of organs.
What's that, Argent?
She's not a trafficker, but Doki neither wants to eat organs because the other alternative was, cannibalism.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I have a dark sense of humor, so I probably shouldn't like
Me too,
publicly offer my
sometimes.
organs.
So it's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, we in the CBD will make a good soap of your body organs.
Thank you. Thank you. That is another route I could go. Oh my gosh. I was gonna take this train that derailed back onto the main train tracks and say now we can use fiat. We can use like credit cards to publish wearables, which I think that's really a clever way to do it. I know some people would be like, well, then we're not going to use mana, but that might be a nice pipeline for fiat to get into crypto, and it doesn't go through an exchange, and then you get crypto from that fiat. Like, it's kind of interesting. And you don't have to sell any organs, but you have to sell emotes and wearables and stuff.
All right. When's the grant proposal going up? When am I voting?
I don't know. I don't know. Argent, you had such. How was Art Week? Your piece was so amazing. I loved it. Like it was so multi-layered. Like I would walk through the faces and find new faces and just look at everything, and hopefully you feel like it was a successful event, and I think everybody really loved everything.
Oh, thanks a lot, Canessa. It was magical in a part because I was in finding a lot of people like you saying to me that they loved it and they watch the layers also, because it's a layered installation. And if I was going to post now a little bit of the process of how to do certain layers, especially video layers, with transparency right now while we were talking. So it's really amazing that you saw that, because we humans also have many layers, right? And sometimes when we discover or we are in certain situations that are new, we get those layers as a way of precaution, also as well, but also are welcoming layers. So it's not bad, but also a good thing. And I would love to hear, for example, what were your thoughts on it? What were, apart from the lore that is coming, that is a long lore, uh, I, I would love to hear from all of you what catches your attention, what's your interpretation, and so on, because it's something that I couldn't do during these days, and it's something that I really love to know the visitors, why they like it, or the sense that they got, that is, because when you do something and it's something that is attached to your soul or heart, and you put it out to share with other people, is not anymore a thing of yours, but it's a collective thing of experience of the others. So the intention of the artist never is the same for everyone, because everybody has different experiences, different layers.
Yeah, I mean, so true, Argent. Like everybody is going to come at, especially art. Like I'm thinking yours specifically, like with their own background of whether they think like realism is the way to go, or surrealism, or expressionism, like any kind. They're going to look at it and be like, oh, this is too literal. The story is too obvious. I don't like it. Or they're going to say this is too surreal. I don't get it. I don't like it. So I think, I mean, everybody's got their background. Like I personally came from to art like from a realism side. Like my mom and dad collected art, and like the more photorealistic you could get, like that was what was drilled into me, that was art. So like college, like art, when I went to college, it was like it was painful to have like an instructor be like, that's garbage. If you wanted it to look like that, you should have just taken a photograph. Like you need to put yeah, like you need to put more soul into it. And so then when I looked at some of the art, for art week, it's trying to like balance that original, like, oh yeah, they made it look just like a capybara. Like that's cool. They got the texture mapping right, because it's hard to do. Like it doesn't distort around the edges. That's art. That's perfect. But then you've got these other really like crazy stuff that doesn't make sense. It's just all thrown together. And then you're like, picking that apart too and being like, okay, what story are they telling? I don't know. Like, I find myself geeking out over all of it. And like, I think that's the point. That's the point, and the human condition. And I think when you can create feeling in the art, I think that that's ultimately the hardest thing to do. Like creating elicit any kind of emotion. Um, I think that that is like, as an artist, that's, I don't know if that's like the best thing you can do. Like maybe that's not the best thing to do, but the hardest thing to do.
I think it's the best you can do. Coming from performing arts, for example, I have a different perspective on public. and I see always an art piece in coexistence with the public, you know? And it's like a good film with a good script. It's telling you something that, of course, the story is the story, but the deep of the story tells you something that resonates with oneself, right? When it's good, and or it catches you in a place or a moment in your life that resonates with that script. And some art achieve that, and some art not. In we have to think. For example, I had once I did an art installation, and it was about a different about love, and I had someone crying in it. That was like, wait, what? Don't cry, please. Because my intention was not for the people to understand but the art installation was documenting the phases of love from the very beginning, that you are super excited because you have met someone that maybe you're going to go out with and be or part of your story, until the breakup, the well, the how do you say it, superación, when you overcome that break. And she was crying, like crying, because in that moment, what she felt is that the art installation was resonating exactly with the point that she was living with uh, the partner. So it was. She told me that she loved it, but of course, when you have these feelings, that is like, oh, I hope your love story is going to be okay. It's not like mine, you know, but or that you can overcome it the sooner as you can. And I also had another one that I did a couple of twins. Um, the idea of the twins is quite magical, when and I like it sometimes to use it in my arts installations. Well, in this one, we have the same AI goddess that was in the first chapter in the Decentraland Music Fest, but it's another twin, it's another avatar of the same entity. Uh, that is like that twins are sometimes their own person, but at the same times are the same. So that's why they are so magical in that sense. And I had this man that came to the art installation and collected the twins because he was having a background story. He was the a twin survivor from and his brother passed away a year before the art installation, and he was in a deep emotional moment, very fragile, and so. And watching, he was telling me that watching that, it came back again to the good things of being with your team, and that give him forces to start going on to detox, because he was having alcohol problems. So when someone is telling you that, it's like, wow, okay, oh, that's that's powerful, and it's something that is nothing. You are not, when you're doing your art, you know, It's nothing, you don't have it in your mind. But if you achieve that sense, that, wow, I'm happy, because that means that uh, it can touch lives, change lives for the better. And uh, without, it's like, it's really complex. Emotions, human emotions are, and the detonants, the triggers are very complex.
That's right, Argent. And I pinned a link to your work up top. I think I loved what you said. I think like Walt Disney himself said that in every movie he wanted to make the viewer laugh and cry. And so like you were talking about human emotions, and to have that, like that breadth of from the happiest happy to like the saddest sad, and to be able to do that in your art is, I mean, that's extremely powerful. And so I'm sure like your take on love, like if you said somebody was crying, and that that maybe wasn't what you had intended, we're just all coming at everything from our own background, with our own perspective. So yeah, thank you so much for your words. I actually have to jump out of here. I'm gonna leave the space in Sinful's hands. I figured I'd be here for about an hour, but I there is a Japanese anime convention I'm heading to today, so I have to like leave you guys.
Bring me with you. I'm flexible. I can
Fun.
put myself inside a luggage.
Yes, I will. Who would you dress up as? Who would you cosplay?
Good question. Good question. I think
Kamehameha.
um,
You okay, Proteus?
I
Yeah,
think
what's Sangoku
but so
his
good
power
is too
call
much.
Kamehameha. Like if you watch it in a Japanese version, the scream is actually like a kiai from it's like a martial art kiai. It's like Kamehameha. It's
Yeah,
even
in
worse,
English,
stronger than that.
in
Yeah,
English, in the English version was not the Kamehame. They don't say
it wasn't
Hmm.
Kamehame.
it wasn't as like how Proteus did it. The rest in peace, Akito
Uh,
Toriyama.
no, I'm talking about Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
Dragon Ball.
And
It's a anime, Japanese anime, Dragon Ball. And the main character in there, that's his power call, Kamehameha.
yeah, we grow up here with Son Goku. It's part of
Oh,
our
nice.
history. Yeah, but in our version, in Catalan version, they were saying exactly like the Japanese version, because later I
Oh,
was
okay.
watching it.
I didn't get that.
So I was surprised that you didn't have that. For me, for example, it would be Blue Eye Samurai.
Love it. What are you going as, Kanessa? And I'm gonna turn up the pressure and say I hope you're tributing Akito.
Oh, well then if you know what then if you know what I'm dressing as, then you'll be able to find me in the pictures, because um I'm sure I'll be the only Aaron Yeager there.
Oh, Aaron Yeager, nice, nice.
Oh yeah.
did,
Yeah,
did,
no, I
did you get like the big metal arm?
Oh no, this one, I'm gonna play it simple. Usually my cosplays are like take an hour to get into, and so this is like literally throw on a jacket, and it's like going on vacation to not have to get into any kind of like gear. So this is very low key. This is yes, this is like casual, like a day off.
Oh,
So
okay.
just
So you're Aaron Yeager before crap, I forget what the accident is called. before he lost his arm and his brother turned into a metal knight.
I'm just season 1. I'm like, yeah, season 1, just put on the jacket and the boots and just yeah, nothing crazy, no weapons.
Do we
So,
have a blonde Canessa at the moment?
I'm not even gonna do hair. It's such a pain in the butt. I'm just like, nope, I'm gonna like roll out of the car and like
I'm Aaron
just
Yeager. Move,
assist. Yeah,
bitches. Move. Make room.
I got the jacket. That's good. That's good. So yeah, it's been like 15 years since I've been at this convention, this con. So it's been a long time. So we'll see what's changed. But if anybody's in Seattle, go to SakuraCon. Look for Aaron Yeager.
I want to go so bad. You said anime convention, and I'm just like, wow, wow. Canessa's doing cool shit, and I'm over here in Florida not doing cool shit.
Just start a convention. It's actually it's so it's SakuraCon. It's yeah, it's more than just anime. It's around like kind of the Asian culture in the Northwest as well. So there's a lot to it. It's pretty big. So we need that. We need that in Decentraland. How can we bring like a con element to Decentraland?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wonder, like there could be like opportunities even in there, like, uh, I wonder who you would need to talk to. Hmm. Wow, this is like a totally different, like, even element, like a department for someone to like start digging into and trying to like put together in a digital setting.
Well, I mean, I could kind of see the ambassadors being like, if an ambassador was by an event and they wanted to have like a specific booth at a Comic Con, like, oh my gosh, why not? Like, um, maybe looking at like how we would present Decentraland to, I mean, Doki's characters and faces and the stuff that you can come up with that kind of like you could create your own anime. You could create your own story, your own manga, like everything is right here. I've thought about it. I've wanted to do it. Like,
um,
um,
Yeah, the way that I was like kind of thinking was like I didn't even, good thing you pulled it up. Like I didn't even think about like the real life like element like with an ambassador. I was like thinking like a flat out, like, you know how we have Metaverse Music Festival, we could have like an anime convention like within World that, I guess all creators will come in and display their stuff. I could see like nice displays being made. Like let's say you go over to a booth or something and an animation of whatever anime belongs there is like doing its thing, and you get to see it a little bit.
so are you telling me that when I go through the artists hall today and it's all these independent small animators trying to get their name out there that I should like get cards from everybody and tell them about the wonderful world of Decentraland and then we can host like a like art show, anime art show slash maybe some low key small indie never before seen anime and get otaku coin, the people that used to have the otaku crypto coin that you could earn for watching new animes.
Yes, and on top of getting their card, you should give them my card.
My car too. But one question:
Yes.
what is that of the anime of the otaku coins?
The so like if you probably the easiest way to find their project in Decentraland is look up. They make like unique wearables, and they have like otaku coin on it. They make other ones too, but for a while they would come in and have these super cheap for uniques. Like I don't know, not cheap, but for uniques they were affordable, and that is like so they had a presence in Decentraland, and of course I had to look it up because I had to buy them. And then it's called Otaku coin, which the way I understood it, and I could be wrong, but otaku kind of roughly translates maybe into like a gamer or like a degen. Like an otaku
Oh no,
is somebody that
otaku is a fanatic.
a fanatic. Okay, okay. So like yeah, so then the otaku coin. you would sign up for it, and I think you would get paid through this coin to watch new animes through like the entire thing. Because what they were saying is people will check it out, but they watch 5 minutes, they're just not feeling it, and then they'll shut it off and go to the next one. And they said, to really understand a story, sometimes it takes a while to get started. So this coin was incentivizing sticking with the story long enough to like get into it with the hope that then they'd want to be here more. So I don't know, like I could totally see a revival. Go find Otaku Coin and be like, hey, you had a good idea 2 years ago, can we talk? And yeah, I mean, I think that there's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting just randomly bringing this up, but I will definitely um, go and like kind of look at it through the eyes of like, what could we do here? Because I think there's, I don't know, anime, like Decentraland, kind of our whole community kind of feels like they are good friends. Like we're kind of all, maybe we're not all anime fans, but I feel like we have a lot of potential here to kind of embrace that.
I would live there. You would probably catch me on whatever anime land watching anime. Every time I'm eating dinner, it's like you would know that it's like, oh look, Sinful's here. He must be having dinner.
Are you talking about Animu?
Animu, okay, that these are new ideas that we're coming up with now. Writing this down.
Okay, yeah, go mint that.
Go mint it. Oh, speaking of Mew, did anyone see the new Solana shitcoin, Mew coin?
I saw it was doing pretty well.
it, it, it,
Hopefully you hold some.
it has fucking 200 million worth of market cap. Like, what world do we live in?
I'm so lost with that of the coins. I know Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana little, and Polygon, but is Ethereum also as well, and Optimism that also is Ethereum. So and that's all. You know, I don't know neither. Or when you are talking on shit coins and so on, I'm very surprised because it's like, wait, what?
Well, I'll say Argent. It's like good. I mean that side of things is very dangerous and volatile. If you wanted to like invest in them, it's more of like, okay, I have $1,000 I would like to burn. Like, and then like throw it in the 50-50 like chance that you'll either burn the money forever or it'll double up or triple up. So like knowing the main tokens like the ones that you just mentioned, those are more solid bets. Like they have an infrastructure built onto them, and they have they offer value opposed to dog with hat token.
I don't know. I find out that there's a long collection of coins, and how to know if those coins are for what exactly? Because I don't hear they are just for the fun of collecting them, but people what are doing with those coins? Why to collect them?
Some people make some money on them, some big money, but I feel you have to really watch them, and that's basically what you got to do all day.
You have to watch them and be
Well,
early.
one of the important things to remember is the history of the tulip bulb um, um, bubble, how it is that even back then, all the way back then, it was possible for so many humans to think that something is valued, that they put so much money in it that it goes the value of it goes up without anybody really understanding why, and there's no real reason why, and so could be part of why some of these coins are going up. Like
It's
some of
sort
them
of
definitely
big
have
money.
project behind them that's worth investing in, but in others you really have to understand that it's speculation and not investment.
It's so a few can make money off of all the others, basically, really.
Yep, exactly. I personally think they're like just huge rugs to, they're like for example, like all the whole Pepe token pond, all that stuff, like it's like the people at the top, the ones that made it, or like they're the ones that really make the money, and they can, like, it's like their own like liquidity bank at this point. And anytime they need money, they can just get money. But so yeah, Kanessa, hope you enjoy your convention today. Make sure to take lots of pics.
Thank you, thank you. I will.
And
Hope you guys have a good day.
eat food
Thank
must
you.
be delicious.
Oh, I
So
hope so. I love taking pictures of my food. I'm one of those annoying people. So, all right, you guys have a good day. Take
you
care,
too. Cheers.
and yep, talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.
uh, I'm looking at Big Fiend and Multi NFT talking about shitcoins. I'm about to show my own shitcoin that has no liquidity. I've had it for the last like probably 2 years. It's Mew token on Polygon. I've been kind of thinking about, different ways that I can use it, either collecting it on, like, having it available for viewers on my Twitch to collect and eventually claim. I don't know, maybe the day I make a wearable or something, another wearable, they can claim that or whatever. Just ideas, always up there.
How will work?
I mean, from viewing or participating in Twitch chat or my live streams, they could earn it, and then eventually, I mean, I wouldn't be all fancy and like create like any coding behind it. I would just use Twitch and make it as a claim thing.
Wait, you can do coins with Twitch?
Actually, with this thing called Idris, like, not, I wouldn't say necessarily with Mew token, but like with this Google, with this extension called Idris, I've been seeing that like you could actually like tip with crypto on Twitch and stuff like that. I wonder if there's a way to like backwards engineer that and make it do something else. I should ask the Idris team. Pretty soon they will have mana token for, like, Twitch tipping. People would be able to tip you with mana.
I wonder if Rosa and Matimus, that I see them down, knows a little on how to do that. So we get rich.
I mean, if you get rich, it won't be off of Mew token on Polygon. It may be Mew token on Solana, but but on Polygon there is no value unless, I guess, we add liquidity. Maybe I can ask the Decentraland DAO for like $1 million for a liquidity pool for my Mew token. All right. Well, I mean, since Kness is here, pretty much the interesting person in the
Oh,
space, or the not the interesting person, but the interesting host is gone. I guess I'll throw out there, if there's anyone in the speakers or in the listeners that would like to talk about a topic or anything, please request to come up to speak. If not, perhaps I will start to wind down the space and yeah, enjoy our Saturday here.
Don't sell
but
yourself so short, Sinful.
I guess um the I've been looking into the trying to get streams to come through despite the core's restriction, and I managed to get a proxy that can add the core's protocol on top of it. So now I guess I'm um wondering if there's some place in the documentation where I should be putting that kind of stuff and that kind of stuff and all that. And so I guess it's just reporting where I'm at. Anyone wants to
I'd say
uh,
GitHub.
provide advice also. Say again? Well, yeah, of
I'd
course, GitHub, but
GitHub. Yeah, that's where most of all the Decentraland
yeah,
stuff is.
obviously. I know what to do. It's just it has to be done and all that. It's like getting my artistic half to agree to do all the administrative stuff. So never so easy. But yeah, that's the next step.
What's the next subject matter or month or whatever coming up? Does
I
anybody know?
have an idea. We can do CBD coins, then got the grant, and then repartir between all the members that do stuff for the CBD. What do you think?
I think there wasn't there talk about that once. Sinful.
I mean, maybe. The thing is, like, I don't know. Like, right now, I'm like going to be talking about like my personal thoughts on what I see CBD. Maybe other admins will disagree, but like, I kind of don't even want to bring DAO money into this. To tell you the truth, I feel like DAO money makes beautiful things ugly. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I
Oh,
agree.
what a pity.
CBD is based on giving, pretty much. Community helping community.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like don't get me wrong, like I do feel like funding would like help a lot with building out different aspects in Decentraland and like what we do with CBD and empowering like creators and making them want to come into the platform. Because there's some incentive, but like yeah, I don't know about like getting the money from there.
So
because of the uh,
and
the well, sorry, I was going to ask is because it's difficult, not because of the getting it, but the all the the politics that goes around it, right?
Well, I mean, just I don't know, I don't know, like
so
the environment of like sometimes with DAO money, you take DAO money. It's like you do what you're meant to do, and there's always that person's like you're not doing enough. You know, like no need to like pressure the overall group like to have to produce things whenever like right now we're just all like vibing. We volunteer to do like what we do, like to yeah.
so that's one thing I've been wondering about recently. How what is there any kind of um conflict of interest of having the DAO fund the foundation directly to try to recruit high caliber engineers to see about resolving a lot of the issues that are ongoing and everything. This is um
Mm.
is a foundation a non-profit organization? First of all, it's something I've been really wanting to look into, but I haven't had the
The
uh
foundation has their own 10-year vesting contract where they pull money from. So like the same like there's a contract that the DAO has where like set amount of mana is released every second.
right.
Uh like the foundation has one of those contracts as well, like their own. So like I couldn't answer the question, is the foundation a nonprofit organization? Because in a way there is money coming in, but they're not selling a product or like, so maybe it is a nonprofit. Maybe someone
I
can.
I believe so. I mean, basically, the funds are paying the people that work for the foundation. It's not. I don't believe there's any profit coming in, so to speak.
So
If
there shouldn't be a
it's
conflict of interest in
Well, yeah, that
well, they as if you work for if you have a nonprofit, you also can work for your nonprofit and then yes, you can put yourself a salary. But it's true that if it's a foundation or a nonprofit in general, the benefits are for to do exactly what foundation is doing, that is give them a way for projects.
So like, and then like to the other half of what you kind of asked, like using DAO funds to hire an engineer to like work on, infrastructure
Well,
like along with
no,
the DAO. I mean with the foundation. Like I feel
no.
there it's up to the foundation to decide whether they want
Well,
this individual.
exactly. But no, what I was saying is more funding the foundation directly and letting them decide after that.
Nah, they have their own shit, and as you can
Okay.
see, they're struggling with it.
I was just wondering.
Uh,
Blender Foundation works like that. The money of the people that is participating or giving away in the Blender Foundation serves mostly of the times to hire the technicians, the coders, the developers.
And I think if that happened, the foundation would have less quote unquote power to do whatever it is they just want to do. They would be more
Well, I guess
subjected
I'm just
to.
thinking of it being a
Yeah.
one-time thing, because in there's a bit of a uh, um, a push needed for resolving. I mean, there are ongoing issues that make it difficult for new users to stay. I mean, difficult to have new users stay, and so that's ultimately something which Waseda might consider significant enough to make a one-time something to boost.
Well,
I don't.
that's
If my
for
thoughts,
somebody to write a proposal for and submit
right?
it, basically.
I really have no experience doing that, and so this is why I'm putting it out there.
I feels. Let's see. I do want to pass the mic over to Maxi Hulk, which is multi NFT. Welcome, multi. How are you today?
Hey, bro, doing well, and you?
Doing good, doing good. So happy to have you up here on the speaker stage today.
Yeah, finally, first time here. How's everybody doing?
We vibe and business as usual on Decentraland.
Yeah,
I, I
yeah,
can't I can't
jumping
believe
here
we
and
have.
a trampoline.
Yep. Can't believe we have like 15 people here.
That's good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see, to be honest, the new client and the new things on the Decentraland. Hopefully, it will come soon. I heard it's around May or something like that.
Yes, actually, you brought us back into topic just now then. Because I remember the question that had come up, like, okay, what's next on the schedule and stuff like that. I thought I saw the Central Land posted something officially, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, there's a summit in May. There's nothing in April, right? And then
Yeah.
there is I think Fashion Week might be in September. Why can't I pull up Decentraland? Decentraland. What the?
Did they release like a time schedule for all the months like they did last year? For all the
Uh,
year?
Yes, I thought I saw one listed recently. That is this it? No, that's Art Week. Or at least I saw someone share it with me. I'd have to probably look. But yeah, I believe September would be Fashion Week, and then October, or actually November, would be music.
So yeah, hopefully by then we'll have the new client and will
Mm-hmm.
run smoothly.
Yep. Yep.
Is there a Pride
Hmm.
and a
Sorry?
gamer one and a one at some point?
Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right. I am missing some. Okay. I wish I could find it, but yeah, my scrolling has.
I'll go look. I was just wondering if anybody knew off the top of their head.
Yep. Yep. But one I could talk about, I guess like at the end of May, we'll probably even do it on in June. The CBD 2 year celebration. That should be that's a staple event, at least for myself.
What's planned?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, every time I ask, I get like, I don't know. Maybe I should just make the decision or something, or like
Would
maybe we need to make like a CBD town hall and get it started and see who wants to help, who wants to contribute, and start from there.
yeah, it has been a while since there's been a town hall. Yeah, and do you want to put out an open call now for people to start pitching their ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I definitely would. I've been saying that I need a post about it and stuff like that. So I should probably put a post or a poll or something. I know that like some of the ideas, at least for like the build that we've been swinging around, is like last week. I know Lastrom and Meese were like saying like you or Rustan was saying use an in-world builder. Um, I mean, if we can build something extravagant out of in-world builder, totally. But like I kind of also like our build already, and like if another thought would be just updating it and then using like different locations, like how we did last year with like collecting the emotes and stuff, like how you click on the whale and you get sent to the build that Argent made that had all the whales, the whale parkour, and then you get to the top and claim another wearable. Like we could even use like the in-world builder competition winners or something to deploy onto those parcels. I don't know.
You should do a connection between DCL and the world.
DCL in the world? Like are you talking about DCL worlds?
Well,
Like
the land parcel, the land parcel, and then of course have a teleport and have something similar or related but different on the world in the DCL worlds.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be dope. The DCL world would actually give you a lot more real estate, and I don't know how in-world builder works. Like if it will allow others to like come into my world and then drop their builds in there. That would be like a really cool thing, a really cool way to implement in-world builder. Just
Yes,
everyone's builds get put together into like, I guess it would be like a little neighborhood in a way.
yeah, you'd be able to give them building rights, and you can designate how much space they have available to build on. So you can have multiple people, and you don't have to worry about someone having building rights on somebody else's parcels that are within your world.
Oh damn, I didn't know it'd be like that. I mean, that's way over my head when it comes to like the technical side of things. But I definitely see the idea or see the vision. I'm just like, it looks hard for me. That's also the thing. I keep kind of like, since I'm the only one speaking at this very moment, I'm like kind of just speaking for myself and pertaining to my limitations.
Somebody needs to take the lead.
Yeah,
Info.
or at least in the building side of things. I'm the soft skill person. I'm the one that like
Well,
chills and.
If I can do something in World Builder, you can. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hmm. Trying to. I looks like I can't find this post. But yeah, I did see like they wanted to do some sort of gaming in one of those months. Maybe it's September. No, or maybe October. Huh. Have to figure it out. Man, I saw the post. So is it in the CBD Discord? Maybe. Oh! I got it! I got it! Okay, okay.
Woohoo!
Let's see. January was wellness. March was art. May is DCL summits. June is gaming. Then from there we have fashion in September and music in November.
No Pride this year, huh?
I mean, I, I don't know. Like there could still be Pride. I know like last year they were a little like slow to announce like a Pride event. But that's actually a good question. Maybe we should ask them. What month is usually Pride in, like celebrated in? Do you
June,
know?
I believe,
Okay.
has been for Decentraland, I want to say.
Okay. So I mean, even like June, it could be like both gaming and Pride, and even if the foundation doesn't do anything for Pride, doesn't mean that we can't do anything for Pride. Like for shit's sakes, we had a better birthday party for Decentraland this year than it did for itself. So like, because it was non-existent. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's definitely like room for creators to do something cool on the platform and get some attention too, like because like foundation sees that stuff that you do.
Well, and it aligns with what I've been saying is I believe they want the community to start taking on more of it because the end goal is for the community to run Decentraland. So
Yep, I mean I'm all for being one of the individuals that coordinates events and stuff like that, you know.
well, and I'll always do my part if needed, whatever it is I can do.
I'm right there with you, Al. Won't exist. I'm right there with
that,
you.
that's fine.
I'm
Most
sorry, dude.
people no, most people should. I've said my name plenty of times. Most people should know my name is Alan.
Okay.
If they don't, they do now.
Just slipped after like, we've had so many hours of like being in a chat or something and we're just vibing.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with people knowing my first name. No, that's no big deal to me.
Mhm.
I got nothing for anyone to take or to hide. So
I hope you have that beast in a ledger, my friend. Oh, you were referring to like when it comes to real life identity. My bad.
well, yeah, basically. So yeah, my beast is probably my biggest thing. So
As is
easier to.
mine. Like literally my like NFT portfolio is like any moon boy would laugh at my shit because like literally all I have is like most valuable NFTs are a kid called Beast and my Vipe and like yeah and I mean everything else like is valuable to me personally because like either if it was like NFTs that friends have made like NFT projects that friends have started that I am a proud holder of or stuff like that. So the day that anyone drains my wallet, they'll be like, why does this person have 50 names?
Yeah, what the hell are they going to do with them?
they'll drain the Dow with 5,000
If I start with
BTU.
that myself,
Yeah,
but
right.
it's like administrative stuff. It's like I'll get around to it at some point. But it's like it's one of the hardest things for having this visual way of seeing everything. It's just no linear, no real easy way of pulling out linear stuff and making it all administratively organized, and so it's like extra tedious for me.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I know
But I'll
like
get around to it.
it's not like out there. Yeah, I totally understand that aspect of things. Whenever I talk to any builders, it's like, yeah, I mean, anyone can build in Decentraland. It's just like a lot of time and trial and error and fucking around and finding out and and asking and talking to
Right.
different people. Like I'm happy that that last round.
In that respect, though, it helps to have that kind of visual way of seeing stuff.
I'm happy that Lastrom popped into the Discord and answered a couple of your questions. I hope that information kind of like helped you move to the next stage of things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely uh w what I was needing to as a way of getting a change in perspective, which is what I was hoping to get from some conversations with some people. It's just hard to find the time, I guess. But yeah, thanks, definitely.
Time. That's like, yeah, that's the one thing. It is time. Okay, let's see if there's any new friends that have popped in here. I see Buffalo on Parcel. What up, Buffalo? Hello, human. My dog Alpha. Good to see you. Let's see. I think Sleepy Waifu is still taking a nap over on the couch. Hugh Powell, good to see you, my friend. Sherry, Fred, DCL Brazil is in the house as well. Like, thank you for popping into the community building the Decentraland parcel. Yeah, we're just chilling, having a conversation. Probably getting ready to wind down the space here shortly, unless anyone would like to bring up any other topics to
I'm just
continue the
gonna,
conversation.
since you mentioned DCL Brazil, they have a IRL event coming up soon in New York. So April 4th, I want to say.
Oh, okay, nice. Not too far from now. Yep. I've been hearing about it. It's like kind of an event like kind of trying to put together NFT NYC and well, or hosting the event for NFT NYC or around it. Not a bad idea. Hopefully I new Decentraland people come in and kind of become curious on like what we're doing here and actually like even some of the people that attend the event like see value in this online or like this digital world, like what it could be.
Well, and Vita TV Biometa has one of my rare Decentraland T-shirts that he'll be giving away there too. So, opportunity for someone to snag one of those if you're out there.
Nice. The yeah, you were talking about you were talking about him earlier, like the individual that like makes all the merch, like the has the Rustan
Well,
merch and
well, yeah. There are two versions done. I did a contest, and the winning one was very limited. You can't get that one anymore. But I sent one out to Bio to give away out there for an IRL events at some point in New York. I gave away one during the ABC Decentraland tours a while ago. NFT Bubblegum won that, which they have their event later today. Just FYI, since brought them up. And I still have one more myself. Um, Waiting for an IRL event with the ambassadors out here in LA. Once we have that to give away, I have more to give away. So
Nice, nice. And yeah, I see Bitfiend over here saying it's the event on the 4th in New York is called the Gathering of Nations. So yeah, if anyone is in New York this week, this coming week, make sure to check it out. Make sure to meet some Decentraland friends.
my understanding is Atravanato is coming out from down in coming from South America with some entertainers to perform. So should be pretty good. Wish I could be there.
Yeah. Yep. Same, same. What? One day I'll be able to make it out to all these cool events. Let's see. And then I guess on that note, any other topics anyone would like to talk about? Let's see.
I have an existential question or whatever. Uh, the question is, you are collecting all of your art at some level, but what attracts or what is the art that, or how do you understand art, and why this other is the types of art that attracts and you want to collect?
Okay, I'll let Proteus start since his hand is up, and then yeah, I'd love to answer that too.
Um, the way wild animals weigh the pros and the cons, the way they perceive the world without the possibility of putting stuff into sentences, putting thoughts into sentences, um, is something I feel we still have in our psychological makeup. Our ability to reason and everything kind of hides that, obfuscates that from us, but it's still very much there. And this is how, this is the the language basically that this part of the psyche uses can only resonate through art, I guess. That's ultimately what I think is going on.
Thank you, thank you. And then I mean, I guess I'm gonna answer like in my personal like point of view, which I mean, it's not like it's not the mainstream point of view. I like when it comes to art, what makes me buy it? Like either I like it a lot, which that would be like different like cyberpunk dystopian kind of paintings, bright. I can even show examples on like on stream and stuff like that. Like if I don't know the artist, that's something that will make me like buy their product or their art. Not necessarily pay a lot of money for it because I don't know you like that. But but like yeah, I that's how my collection would start. But for me, I collect mainly art that is made by humans that I know. Like I know this person is a good human. That's where my value in the art comes in. And here, like stuff like this. Like this is like stuff that I would probably buy without.
For me, pretty much the same. I buy some stuff to support. I don't have tons of money just to throw at art, but I'm less apt to probably buy something that's abstract unless it really speaks to me somehow emotionally, or just something I get a feeling about it. Otherwise, it kind of depends on the actual subject matter. If it's something that I like, so if it involves a tiger somehow, some way, that's something I'd probably like. A lemur, definitely. And I mean, there's other things. Favorite colors, just different locations throughout the world, scenery, nature, a lot of different things it could be. But
But the human is the most important. Don't-
Even when the human is using generated AI art.
Okay. Well, then at that point, okay, this is my unpopular opinion because, like, yeah, like, I'll collect my friends' AI generated art if it's not costing me like $1 million, sure. But because, like, once again, the person. But like when I don't know. Like, I'm still in the mindset that AI art is not it's taking away from artists that have, like, the actual mechanical skills to draw something and make it, like AI, like, yeah, sure, like it takes skill to make a prompt, but that just means words. Like, you don't, I don't know, I better shut up before I say something mean.
I get you because, for example, I'm using AI, but I'm coming from a very like hardcore um, opinion on exactly that. If you're using AI is a tool, but you are not making the art. If you are doing it's the machine that is making the art. You are just the idea behind of it, or the propulsor, or that it has to be. But yeah, you need to, if you use that exclusively, for me it's like me, like you were saying, uh, if you're using as a tool to do it like fast, what you need to do or whatever, but because you already has the train, the skills and so on, or in that moment you cannot, rent for to do the photo shooting, or that it can be difficult sometimes. Yes, you can use that, but outside of that, I
Yeah,
totally agree.
you brought up actually a good thing right there. Like, yeah, like even if, like, in my point of view, even like if you are the artist and you make a creation and then put it into AI for enhancement, like, that's still like good, valuable in my book. Like, because you made something and then you used the technology around you to make it better. So yeah, that would be valuable in my books. And I want to share what Fancy said in World. He said, in Web3, I'm most attracted to art that empowers self-expression. So that is Fancy's answer, and I'll pass it down to Proteus.
So there's two aspects. The AI art should be, I guess, considered as a tool. You can take paint, splatter it on a canvas, and call it art, but you won't have put much work in it. Or you can tell the AI to generate something, and then parts of the picture is just not what you want. And if it's possible to tell it to rework that part and try to give it some detail on what exactly you do want there and everything, then it's really like using paintbrush and trying to get your vision like really the way it should be and everything. Like you actually have a vision and all that. Um, so I think So that's my 2 cents in that respect. Um, but also, um, our nature really just designed to hide our deep psychology from our own selves. Um, the AIs that we create seem to be able to peek back in there deeper than we can, and can see what will trigger us and learn what will trigger us. It seems better than we can because of how we're hiding stuff from ourselves.
That's a good thing to think about it. This remembers also that here in Spain we have this YouTuber that he's a painter, a classical one, Oleos. He does and started with crypto some years ago and blah blah blah. But he's famous not because of the paintings that he does, that he's a good painter, or etc. But because he started to pull out before AI existed for us. For example, to pull out some pieces of art that, as you said, no, you can do anything in a canvas and call that art, no, or anything and so on. And he was putting an effort to highlight that those type of art are not art. It's just hamparte, hampa art. That means, the hampa, the gangsta thing, because you can go, for example, to an impressive art fair that is Arco here in Spain, and find a lot of this Hegel, Hamparte or gangsta art, but not because it's the gangsta, it's because the attitude of the artist versus the public, that at some level is like mm, faking something that he's not, because what they present to you as art is not art. It's just a stuff that is done without any type of emotion, feeling, whatever, etc. And then they construct a story in order to catch the attention of the viewer and the collector, in order to make them think that exactly that they are putting out is art. But some of these artists also think that that is art as well. And it's very complicated to say what is art and what is not. But sometimes when you go to these enormous, gigantic fairs and see stuff like that, you think about, well, what about the skills? Is not any more important the skills of the artist?
Yep, 100%, 100%. I mean, it's I mean, I guess it also could be like the way that you look at it. It's like, a quote unquote AI artist is not the same as a traditional artist. I don't know. Multi NFT. What are your thoughts on this subject?
Well, skills are really important, but at the end, uh, skills it's not what's really, I would say. Let's take languages, for example. In the past, you would learn every language that you need. Six languages a person would learn, and today you can use your mobile to translate anything that you need, and you don't really need to learn all those languages anymore. So you can. It's I don't know. At the end, technology will surpass skills, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I see that happening, but then at the same time, would
Then you
you
will
say,
need skills to use technology, and you will still have people that will do art and stuff like that with their hands. But in the end, it's like when you have let's take a farm for example. You will not use your hands to start farming when you have all this technology and machines to farm your land and do it much better. So technology at the end, it takes over your skills and love, and that's my opinion.
I like to use technology, and that's why I also use AI to do my stuff, but not only. And because to me, it's true that you were saying that the technology also makes more available to all the people to be or to be able to go on a path. Uh, for example, when we did the jump into digital era, uh, that bring a lot of um, other possibilities for art, like for example 3D, one metaverse, virtual art, you know, in while we are at the same time having people that sells air as art. It was a huge some years ago. It was a huge um, exhibition of people like Andy Warhol selling just air, you know. So also that gives us a perspective of what people maybe is not really. Some people would see the art, the piece, and will resonate with them at a level like existence, what's saying, because of the colors, the use of the lemur or a tiger, that's important. And for other people will be other kind of emotions, as I was talking before, or for other people will be, for example, if they know this person or if they don't, and if there's a person that they know that is a good person. That for me, for example, is super important to know if the person, if the artist is also a good person, but not only because of the arts. I mean, for everything. I prefer to purchase always or help brands that I know that they are responsible on ecology and not only ecology, but also social aspects and so on. Or they are just people trying to make a living, and they are good people. And but it's true that with AI, oh, we are not anymore sometimes aspects and so on. Putting like an effort in order to do something. You can have like trillion images of a thing just instantly. And this also features more and put an accent more in our society of consumption, because we consume so quickly. As it is like, for example, in social networking, in social media, what we see a lot is a fast food consumption of information. We don't anymore put ourselves in calm calm and try to evaluate if what we are seeing or watching or whatever has a value behind, because we literally are overdosed with all those things. So we anymore pay attention to what are the goals or what is the meaning behind, or it's like difficult because we are so constantly bombarded on information, on images, on art, and so that's why I find very interesting to do this question, because each of us has put something in relevance that is part of the future right now. And it's important to have in mind those things. That's why I find very interesting to do this question, because each
I
of
love
us
doing
has
AI
put
art, but
something
I
in
feel the
relevance
value of AI art
that is
is
part of
much
the future
less
right now.
than if
And
it is created by a
it's
person
important to
directly.
have in mind
Yep,
those things.
that's kind of how I feel as well. But then at the same time, it's like I also do
I love
feel
doing
like
AI
the
art,
credit
but
needs to
I
be
feel the
put in
value
the
of AI
right
art is
location. It's like, yeah,
much
AI art
less
will be
than
able
if
to
it
make
was created
something way
by
more
It's
extravagant than a
important to
human at
have
some
in
point.
mind
But it's important to,
those things.
instead of the human being like, I made this is my art. No, it's not your art. It's
I
the
feel
AI
the
program's
AI
art.
art, but I feel the value of
So
AI
I,
art
I
is
guess I think it's pretty simple. If there's a vision, if there's a vision that the artist is trying, the person is trying to put to express, even if it's a subconscious vision, and not really understanding what exactly is driving them, then it's art. Then no matter what tool is used to generate it, if the person tries to express their vision, then that's art. If not, then it's editing. You're managing artist the editor of a company of artists in the form of AI, so doing the work for you. It's I don't really think it's much more complicated than that, really.
Yeah, because it can be like catchy images does not has to, sometimes like the weight of being a piece of art as it is, but it is also art. So, for example, for me, as it has to, the AI is a tool uh, as a responsibility, and the you as an artist using AI is a little bit different than using, for example, Blender or whatever other tool, because it's making a huge part of the work for you, instead of you putting the skills or learning the skills or wanting to know about why it was done like this. And so to me, minimum is the artist is not doing it by themselves, but it's the artist in collaboration with the AI, taking the AI as an other artist. So like a collaboration.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Because in World, in Decentraland, Hugh Powell did say that a human can say art made in collaboration with AI. But in reality, how many people or these artists that are releasing AI art are saying that they collaborated with AI?
I I didn't hear anyone but me saying
Let
it.
me
I
throw
mean,
a wrench in it.
I like to say it, but I didn't hear other people saying it like that. And so I agree with that. I was going to say also that it's important the AI as a tool for people that cannot, even when they have the skills, maybe they lost because accident or whatever, eh, or chronic pain. if you have chronic pain, sometimes it's very difficult to be long hours in front of the computer, and AI can make that for you easier and more like a tool of helping it, but it's still a collaboration with the AI for me.
And that's what I was just going to hit on. Say, what if you're a paraplegic? You now have an ability to create art.
In my case, for example, I have chronic pain due to an accident that I have on a bike, and it was it is a tool to. At the beginning, I was like very reactive, as I said, because I'm coming from a classical. You have it to do it all yourself, And, but in this last art installation in Meshware, Cosmic Portal, I use it to generate the images partially on uh, how do you say it in AI, and that helped me a lot with the chronic pain and the how do you say, the times, because you have to do it in a time and you have to learn a lot of other things like the SDK7. So it helps a lot that you have tools that you can do what you want to do, like faster. But for example, I only generated the images as textures. The rest, I did it like typically in Blender with all the things. The videos also, one is Blender geometry nodes. The other one, no, is AI generated. And the music at the beginning, I was thinking, oh, maybe I can use AI music, and I was not convinced because I did some tests, and I did not like it enough of it. So I go with something made by myself. Um, so at the end, I had this like overall environment that was helping me to achieve in less time what I wanted, but not depending in AI exclusively. In fact, AI was a little part of the overall project, but is the images that you see. So the from, if I have to put the time on making the textures that you see in, it was maybe like 4 or 5 days or more, maybe a little bit more. And later on, because I am a very peculiar one, and I didn't like a lot of the art that was coming out. So I had to curate my own, prompts and so on in order to achieve something, and that's not neither fast. It's taking a while and draining of you. And later on, the rest of it, it was a lot of SDK7 and a lot of the art, the 3D art, the face, the how the people were going to interpret the layers that Takanesa was talking before, and so on. So the concept and the overall, it was let's put 20%, 80%, but probably for the public, it's going to be like on the opposite, because it's calling more the attention, the images, than anything.
I guess performance is where skill is important. Performance related to actually what goes into the preparation of the actual performance. Uh, the ability to have a nice performance is a form of art in itself, and that's where the skill comes from. Just getting the AI to do it for you is not really skill, but making the AI actually do something nice in real time isn't necessarily that easy. And being able to do that throughout a whole performance, that in itself can be considered, I think, um, some kind of art form. Really, the AI should be considered a tool. You have like part of a picture. It's just background. You say there's people there. You tell the AI just draw me some people there and everything. It doesn't really matter so much that you're not the one who decided exactly how the people are going to be. The fact that that uh, it's important to the vision, the whole of the vision, that this part of the scene just be displaying that is really ultimately. Um, when you're using AI, you can kind of consider yourself as a director, generating a scene, movie scene, I think, and that can as itself be considered an artist, I would say.
Ooh, like you're being the director of the art or the producer of the art.
Mhm.
Exactly. So if you're
Yes.
actually driving it, then you're the artist. If you're letting it just happen, then you're not really.
So then in the description it would be like art made by AI, produced by Mew.
I like that. Or
Mm,
collaboration.
I
Maybe
don't know. I
depends
mean,
on.
does a producer really actually? It's really like a director and a producer. I don't really see that the same thing.
No, they're not. They're not. You was right. Directed by Mew.
I
Right.
like that because it calls an intention, while, for example, the AI does not have. I'm going to quote ChatGPT when I always ask ChatGPT questions like that. That is that the AI does not feel or does not think or concept stuff like humans does. Saying that whatever you want to have, but the thing is that to me you can act like a director or art director or something like that when you're working with AI, but it needs to be something else than just the thing the as but even when you are saying it, you're doing it like that, etc., etc. My question is the public going to see that or not? For example, is going to put my efforts that, as I was saying a little before, that I use AI for the pictures, but that's all. The concept, blah blah blah, all that is behind, blah blah blah, is going to see. It's going to be interpreted by the public as it has a value or not. It's going to be at the same value that people that says that they are the artists when they are using AI and just they are creating images on prompts that, yeah, this one, and put it in there without anything behind, I mean, or it does not matter anymore. That was a question.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question?
Oh yeah. we are talking about achieving that AI is understood as a tool or a collaborator or something that is you are the director, but the actor in this case will be the AI. And if you do it like that as an artist, it's going to be saw by the public or interpreted by the public as different what you are doing from other AI artists or not?
I mean, in a way, I could see it. Like for the ones that kind of like, let's say the ones that feel like I do, like they kind of like they will see the honesty in the artist because like I feel like everyone else is just like saying like, yeah, I made this piece, like it's mine, I'm the artist, you know. So I mean, I guess it's like in how it's presented whenever you like release the artwork. If you're talking about it, like you mentioned that you collaborated with the AI or whatever, and whatever. But like, will it be
Yeah, that
seen?
little description panel next to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like will it be seen by the public like that? Like yeah, the it all guess I guess it depends on who reads that description panel, right? Yeah.
How many of the people in here reads the descriptions panels?
So that really, there you go. Like, there's really many different kind of people. Many different people are going to react many different ways to the art, and there's just no two ways about it. Some people are going to assume things about how it was produced. Some other people are going to be more open-minded and everything. Those who are closed-minded, they're not going to read the description. Just forget about them anyway, I guess. I don't know. Can't please
For
everybody.
me, it depends on how long it is. I mean, if it's really long, I will generally at least read some. You know who the title, the artist, and then hopefully there's some sort of a description. I will generally read a little bit of that for sure. Sometimes I read the whole thing, but it depends on how interested I am in the art piece too.
Did that answer the question, Argent?
I find very interesting because I also like short descriptions. I try to be very short in my descriptions because of that. Also because I know it's not easy to read on screens is because you're having light constantly bombarded to your eyes. So it's not easy to read for long in screens. It's not something good for the eyes. So the shorter, the better in that sense.
I guess ideally you have both a short description for that, and then a longer one for those who actually do appreciate in-depth uh,
I like
uh, um, descriptions of what they're watching.
I like that to have both descriptions. That actually helps me because I never I never do the both. Those words I use just do the short one. But it's true that sometimes, for example, and now asking because of that some of you know, but major part of you don't know that I have like a very long project that is called Sonic Planet that is developed in chapters, or that's my intention. In the lore, the lore of that Sonic Planet, how is that the characters, the describing characters, and so on, is something that I enjoy doing it. But and I started, before when I was doing the preparations of this cosmic portal, I was doing literally, I was writing the story with the dialogues and so on, and I wanted to put them in there. I'm looking at Matimos a lot. And next thing I'm going to ask is how to put the dialogues and so on in order to make them beautiful. But uh, but of course is the sometimes I think, oh, maybe this is too much to for the people to, maybe it's something people is not really interested in to know, because it's only in the present, and only the present is what is valuable. So I wonder, my question will be if you would appreciate like a long story or a short story of in this case my art, but it can be any other people art. I think we have a lot of storytellers in the metaverse.
That would depend on what I'm expecting. If I'm expecting, or I'm going to an art event of some sort that is about storytelling, then yeah, I should be expected and expect that I'm going to do some reading. Or if it's a story, it's the piece is literature, actual literature, then yeah, you're going to have to read it. Um, in general, if I'm going to an art exhibit, I'm going to just be looking for the short versions. I think myself. Does that help? Does that make sense?
To me, a lot. All your perspectives makes myself rethink a lot and makes myself improve also as an artist. So it's very valuable. That's why I'm asking you, because sometimes it's like what you think the people wants, but it's not true if you're not with the people and learning what the people really how to make your profession better, or how become a better professional, is something that it cannot be disconnected from the public, especially in activities like like uh, arts or performing arts, or anything that is related to, or any kind of job that is that puts you in touch with other people, like from being a supermarket uh, girl or boy, there attending. That's sometimes it's very difficult to this one that we are talking now, in this case that is arts, but it can be to any other relations and in any other professions that are in direct contact with the public. So I
Because
truly appreciate it.
see, I someday, maybe, hopefully, I will get created what I want, but I want to build or something that revolves around short stories. And my title or name of the space and short description um, should clearly state at somehow that, well, it's going to be short stories, so a person should expect to that there's going to be some reading involved.
I love short stories, so I would love to see that becoming real.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, even like, what's the progress on that one exist? Like, have you like come across any barriers that you're trying to like push past?
I don't think I'm going to get the exact build I want. However, Roots DCL, the chocolate guy, uh, did give me kind of a good idea, that would be much easier. And I had actually started it. I do still have it saved. I don't know that I like it though. Um, but the title is Five Stories, which has a double meaning. Uh, a building of 5 stories on each level. Each story is a story. And I kind of want all five.
That's cute.
I kind of want all 5 stories to have something in them that is included in each of the other stories, whether that be a place, an object, a person, a name of any sort, heirloom that somehow appears in the following story as well.
In a way, would it like be that the appearance of that object or that thing? Would it be like a would it be like something that is connected to the next story, or would you like think of it as being kind of like an Easter egg?
In some way, yes, connected, but I don't want it completely obvious off the bat either.
Totally,
That
totally.
maybe the third or fourth story, or but for sure by the end, you're like, oh my god, I remember that from that story.
I
Mm,
like
I,
to discover those, you know.
It's I think it's going to be it may be more difficult than I can actually put forth, but that was something I kind of thought about doing.
I wonder if your bullet is a pentagon.
No, it was going to be, well, the one I originated with was 5 stories tall. Um, could you do a pentagon 5 stories tall? You could, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It might actually have been, or it might have been an octagon shape. I was using Web Builder, the web Decentraland Web Builder, and they had not it wasn't square, it wasn't circle. So however many sides that had, it might very well have been a pentagon. Come to think of it, and I don't know that I thought about that at the time either. So cool, cool, cool. Thank you.
yeah, I mean, definitely keep like trying. I know it might seem complicated, but as like code comes out and the platform keeps developing, like maybe you will get your chance here, to actually make that project come true.
And I can always be working on the stories in the meantime.
Exactly, exactly. Like yeah, there's always something that we can get into.